San Diego FC. Wow, that banner changed. I didn't even touch it.
Whoa.
Gracias, señor Mike. Licenciado.
Real quick, but I mentioned it. I think I kind of want to start the discussion here a little bit. That does it change it a little bit for you that it ended up being 5-3? Like the defense honestly didn't look great to me in that game. Like,
yeah, but it's Vancouver.
Vancouver is a really good team, yeah, but like
Vancouver is one of the best teams in MLS.
That kind of MLS game stressed me out a little bit as far as like, wow, is this what these playoff matches could look like? Just like insane 5-3 games where you have like a star that comes out of nowhere and puts up a 4-goal performance, and then you have the other team that's scoring that much. Like that kind of was just like a lot to watch, in my opinion.
That's what MLS is.
Is that what MLS is?
Literally,
this is a classic MLS game. Yeah,
and as much as like, I want to just of course, like it was so back and forth. It was absolute chaos. Like nobody decides to defend. Like it's the same thing with like earlier in the season for San Diego FC, right? You get a goal from halfway by Anders Dreyer. Like what? Like how much more MLS do you want, right? Like. This is when Zlatan came in and started doing everything Zlatan does, and it was like, yeah, no, like this league allows for these types of things. It's open for that, and so which makes it in a way a little bit more difficult because it's so unpredictable in what can actually happen. Like Vancouver did not need to get 3 goals in that match whatsoever, right? You can argue that in any other game, Milan Iloski doesn't score 4 goals in 12 minutes. Maybe 2 of those go to hit the post or this, and he gets a brace, and it's still a great match. And he's still fantastic. But on this night, that ended up happening. And let's go ahead and start there because Vancouver was said, hey, yes, they're missing some players. Yes, there are some players on international duty. But this team is one that has been getting it done regardless of any other excuse, much like San Diego FC. San Diego FC has had every excuse to be able to say, hey, first season, we don't have to play well. We can just resort to saying it was a lot of travel, nope. Here they are as they go, first place, and it starts here with this lineup. Dos Santos, Lucas Bombino, Ian Pilcher, once again in the center back position, along with Chris McVeigh, the only player that has played every single minute for San Diego FC, and for me, the Iron Man of this team. And low key, one of the most valuable players on this squad, for sure. On there, Verhoeven on the right-hand side, center back, Yepes Verskov. Then you have Oni Valakari sliding in where Luca de la Torre usually is. You have Alvarado where Godoy usually is. That's kind of now 1-for-1. There is an injury to Alvarado that they're going to go ahead and be monitoring. We'll have news more on that a little bit later. On the left, Alex Smighton, because Chuky Lozano is still nursing that injury. Chuky made his return here against FC Dallas the game after. Anders Dreyer on the right. And the man of the hour, Milan Iloski. Chiva, ¿qué me dices de este lineup?
Yeah, I mean, it's as good as it gets, right? Like you mentioned how Vancouver is missing some players, but I would say San Diego FC is missing more players. So, I mean, it's at this point in the season, every MLS team is going to have that excuse of, oh, we're missing this players to injury, we have this players in international duty. You have to adapt with what you have, and that's what San Diego FC is doing. So, I mean, you have Milan Iloski now at the starting 11. You have the best player in MLS and Anders Dreyer starting as well. You still have Yepes Verskov, who's probably one of the best midfielders in the league, currently has the most passes completed in MLS. And then you have a center back like Chris McVeigh, who's, like you said, played every minute. And you have 2 18-year-olds who are playing great at the fullback positions. So I think this is still a solid team for San Diego.
Absolutely. And again, to the point there that procrastinating Puma was making, he's like, yeah, no, 100%. SDFC is also missing players, very important players for this midweek matchup up in Vancouver's. A lot of travel for SDFC, but the game starts here early on. Milan Iloski already getting a shot on target, just fixing it a little bit, adjusting it, those sights in order to go ahead and have the ball bounce back and ricochet. But again, that's going to be the house recipe, house special for San Diego FC the entire night. It's just this sort of diagonal passing that just cuts through the defense. And Vancouver really didn't have an answer for this in terms of deploying any sort of defense, because honestly, there wasn't much to do. You just kind of have to sit and watch SanDiego FC do their thing when they command so much of the ball, and they're playing for the ball very hard in those positions and putting that high press.
Yeah, no, I think Vancouver had a hard time stopping SanDiego FC on their transitions, which is something that SanDiego FC has improved a lot from match week 1. I think the way they come out the back and just counterattack without a counterattack presence, like feeling of happening, if that even makes sense. Like, it's just impressive. Like, you hear the commentators talking about like, oh, here comes SanDiego again, and it's just 2-3 key passes, and then they're already on the counterattack. Like, it's that right to dream SanDiego FC style already that it's kicking off. And maybe a couple months ago when they had that losing streak, we're like, oh, maybe they're getting figured out already. But turns out they weren't executing the style correctly, and it's hard to figure out how to stop them.
A lot of discussions too with the Club World Cup in the States about like artificial turf and people not being able to play their style correctly on this surface. And it's definitely a factor. This also being Alfombra up in Vancouver, but right there, Milan Iloski getting a rebound and then slotting it in for the first goal. And SanDiego FC just kept on going, just literally bulldozing their way through. Milan Iloski, a lethal finisher. If there's one thing that Milan Iloski absolutely is just does not no perdona
the
in front of goal.
To take this shot when Anders Dreyer is like so open in the middle. Like, if you rewatch this play, like, he takes it down the left side, jaws, like, look, boom, 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 like, he has his hand up. Like, he definitely could have made that extra pass, but just for the guts for him to know, like, yeah, I already scored once, but I'm gonna like hammer it in again.
Because that's what the book says. The book says you lay it off to Dreyer and he makes the easy or tap in. Yeah. But then you're gonna have to go ahead and worry as a striker if your pass is gonna be, accurate, it's gonna be heavy, it's gonna be whatever it is. I have the confidence in myself to get this ball. People are gonna probably be looking over to the left anyways. Let me see if I can sneak it in. Even the goalkeeper thought it was going to the left because he has to cover Honors Dryers. But again, that's an invisible assist, if anything, by Honors. Like, again, singing the praises of his play.
Assist, even though he does get the assist, but he should get an extra assist.
It's an extra assist because it commands respect. The goalkeeper obviously has his near post covered, but he has to at least have his momentum to the left in case there is a pass, so he can track over and cover the rest of the goal. But to be able to recognize Iloski getting on that one there. Throughout the broadcast, the commentary team was very, I want to say, very complimentary of Vancouver when there was nothing to compliment. Like, I guess they're in this position, they've gone to. But speaking about this game in and of its own, like, Vancouver wasn't the best team. They had some good flashes, they had some returns, they had the flares that weren't working in the background. But Vancouver gets one back 2-1. Chiva, you were going to say something?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's very classic MLS of the commentators to try to back the first place team like Vancouver, right? And it's also very common to mock and not take expansion teams as seriously. So I think SanDiego FC are literally shutting mouths around the country with their play style and the way they're sitting in first place right now. But I agree with you. I think the commentary was a little confusing to listen to, especially towards the end. We'll get to it, but say, oh, Vancouver has been the better team, and then boom, Ángel scores the fifth one. So
correct me if I'm wrong. The Vancouver was a little bit better in the possession this game, right? Or were they like even 50-50? I think that might be where that kind of commentary comes from.
52-48 SanDiego.
Yeah, 52-40, which is very low for SanDiego compared to most of their games. So maybe for these people that are watching SanDiego, or you have been watching SanDiego and you see like they're not dominating possession, it seems like they're not playing as good of a game, even though in these transitional moments and counterattacks they're able to knock 5 in.
I can definitely see that, and that's the worth of the ball and having the ball, right? If you're able to take the ball away from San Diego FC as much as they did, is it's seen as a success. So we're the better team until the 1-0. But then again, this game opened up. Vancouver gets one back. Literally, you can see here, they throw over to the replay. Here's another replay.
Boom.
Unable to clear it out there. Good shot into the angle. Nothing for Los Santos to do. Coming back from the replay. Oh my God, what is happening? Here's Andrés Reyes on the right-hand side. He's going to go ahead and do his little shimmy, his little change of pace. A floated ball, una palomita y un gol. The pyrotechnics are still going from the last goal. Milan Iloski just says, you know what? I know where you put it, Honors. Honors is like, I know where you like it. Here you go. Any other just situation just puts the cherry on top. A palomita goal, a diving header like that for number 9 for a striker is one of those beautiful goals.
Yeah, my favorite reaction on this is Alex Mighton, who probably, if Milan Iloski isn't making that run, could maybe take a shot and get it in. He just like sees it happen right in front of him and then starts tapping his head like, whoa, he hit it with his head. Like, I think Mighton maybe was expecting to get that pass, but Iloski just like saw the perfect chance.
Iloski didn't want to waste the pyro, so he scored quickly. Hey, he saw, he's like, oh man.
He said, let me help him out. No, he did say that this was probably his favorite goal of the night, just because of the difficulty of it. And again, like, it's not easy. And there's a reason why Andrés Reyes is probably named the best player in MLS right now. You're not expecting him to go right and cross with his right foot there. You're expecting him to cut in, maybe cross, maybe try to get a pass or a shot. So his IQ is far above any other player on that field right now. And it was just the perfect ball.
And really quick, just not that one. Chat is going crazy because Man City has lost in the Club World Cup. Breaking news: upsets. Al Hilal tops Man City 4-3. That is breaking news. Out of the Club World Cup. And yeah, Milan Iloski, just an absolute machine, getting his 4th, like 3 goals to almost a la paso, like in that amount of time. Like it's not unheard of, but that 4th goal is what makes it like special. Like I don't know. Like, yes, a hat trick is cool to net the first hat trick ever for San Diego FC away in a first place battle. Just this is as good as it gets for San Diego FC. This game is really just a reflection of where everybody was wrong.
Wait, 2 passes. 2 passes. That's all it took. A pass from Yepe to Dreyer, and then Dreyer to Iloski, and then they scored, dude. Like, it's really impressive. And again, we're known to be very critical, but we give the praises. And if the team is playing at this level and this good, you have to acknowledge how good they're playing and how easy they're making it look. I can probably say right now, they're probably the best team in MLS right now. Like, I know Philadelphia's ahead in point, but I think if you put San Diego against Philadelphia, I think San Diego kicks Philadelphia's ass right now.
Ooh, I like that.
I think they are definitely more informed than we've ever seen them. And like, it's hard to imagine something that's stopping them from coming back. Like when they're losing to Dallas, I think a lot of us in that game, you expect like, okay, it's hot, it's humid. They're probably just gonna maybe mail it in. That's what the book would say on a normal soccer team on the road. You already performed. You got 6 points already on this road trip. You can take this one a little bit easier, but to like be able to come back and just prove that you are like untouchable right now is really impressive. And I think I agree with you, Chiva, that they could stop anyone right now.
Milan Iloski,
in the MLS.
Milan Iloski now is the 3rd player from San Diego FC to be named to MLS's 2025 Player of the Match Day, presented by McLaughlin.
I mean, at this point, Milan Iloski should get a last-minute invite to the MLS All-Star team.
Yeah, no, honestly, like if there's a goalkeeper who says, "Hey, man, I don't want to play," like throw Milan Iloski in there. He'll keep a clean sheet. Like he'll do what he has to do. it's just incredible to be able to see that. Again, all the praises to Lewan Iloski.
Lewan Iloski.
That one of those. Like
You
that.
I
just
like
came
that
up
one.
with something.
Lewan Iloski. Yeah, that's what it would be. Incredible stuff. So that's one. And then you're like, all right, the hard test is over. They're in first place. They're going to be great. They're going to have a great time. They can just go travel to Texas. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens from here on out is we're living on borrowed time, right? You already beat Vancouver. You took over first place. And you go and travel into Texas. Chief, Abe,
Yeah.
you were in Texas.
I did happen to be in Texas.
Were
at
you
the
in
time.
Dallas?
So technically, they're in Frisco, Texas, not Dallas, Texas. So it's basically, compared to where I was at, I think it'd be like if I was going to Oceanside from here. Which part of Texas I was in, but it definitely was hot, humid, gross, sticky. I do not think I like that weather. I doubt it's fun to play in. That was pretty nasty, but definitely a tough game for them to face off against a okay team in the MLS. I think they had some history back then, and then like from what I gathered from the city, it didn't feel like every person in Dallas is all in on FC Dallas. It did feel like from conversations I had with people that seemed like they would enjoy soccer, they were kind of talking about like, oh, Club World Cup, oh, Gold Cup. Like I think MLS is definitely, to the average American soccer man, probably a little bit off their radar right now, just because of how much soccer is going on internationally.
Yeah, no. Same with the Dallas Cowboys. Any big team.
Yeah, they play in like
now
Arlington technically.
Just
which,
plays outside. I mean, Mission Valley is technically in San Diego, in a rented stadium. Discussion for another time. We weren't getting paid, so he didn't cover the game.
Yeah,
Abe
that's
never
exactly
gets
what
paid.
happened. Yeah.
So sorry to break your hearts out there.
I do get paid in other ways.
Oh, memories. All right. So San Diego FC travel over into this hot, humid weather. I do believe it was 92 degrees with some insane humidity. Very different for a lot of these players. Saw people say like this is the welcome to MLS moment for some of these Europeans here in this sort of weather. Lineup for SDFC: CJ Dos Santos, Lucas Bombino, Ian Pilcher, Chris McVeigh. Same back four with Verhoeven on the right. Then you go ahead and start Yepes Sverskov, Kapitan Sverskov with Mano Dua. Over in the middle with Oni Valakari as well. Anders Dreyer, Milan Iloski, the same repetition up top. You saw some faces rotate through this matchup. You kind of knew that, again, this couldn't be a downshift for San Diego FC. They could play down a little bit to FC Dallas. I don't think the result was a reflection of that necessarily. They're tired. It's the end of a road trip. They just got through international travel. It does weigh a lot. It's still an expansion team at the end of the day. FC Dallas have not won at home in a while. And they were just looking for some just hope. 11,000 people watched this game according to the official number out there. Even if it was 11,000, that's 2,000 less than what San Diego Wave averages this season so far. But an action here, SDFC early on, a shout for penalty foul on Oni Valakari.
Do you think that's a little bit soft of a penalty, or is that clear to me? I definitely had a reaction immediately after I saw it.
I've seen softer being called against San Diego FC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I definitely
I'll put it this way.
Immediately in my head, I was like penalty, and then I was like, he kind of like takes a dive for sure, but it's definitely a penalty. You can't take out a foot like that, especially inside the box.
Yeah,
Valakari does a good job to sell it and earn the penalty. Like stuff like this, I think if you show the person that's not interested in soccer that kind of play, they'll be like, "What? How is that a penalty?" But it happens. Soccer. Honors Dreyer buries it.
There's contact, and it interrupts a shot that he could potentially made on target. So Despite on how small the contact was, it still disrupted that play. So again, I've seen worse calls happen against different teams as well in MLS. So I think this is a very standard penalty call, at least in this league.
Shout out to MLS for being an inclusive league and allowing Pokemon to be part of the defense for Dallas. Executor.
Oh,
Yeah, just the hairstyle there. Of choice, Dryer down the middle, buries it. 1-0. With that, FC Dallas, again, this goal gets called off, and if I'm FC Dallas, I'm upset about it. It's definitely an offsides, 100%. By the book, it's an offsides, but SanDiego FC get off very easily, very lucky, very fortunately on this one, where, you know what? Dos Santos just gets caught in a bad position. Ball goes up and over. That's a cross. It's not a shot.
Yeah, it is a cross, but I mean that's one of those.
He pressed square, not circle.
Yeah, it's one of those that just curls in and it's like, oh yeah, golazo.
The reaction of Dos Santos to just have his face in the net is hilarious. That might be his best reaction yet.
Yes, I agree, George. Any kind of contact is penalty, but again, it's I've seen those not be called as well. Hold on, I love these in MLS. Just ¿Qué pasó, compa?
After review, Dallas number 10 is in an offside position prior to the goal. Final decision, offside. No goal.
Very fortunate. No goal there for SanDiego FC. Still 1-0, but then Manodua and his play here lead to a chance for Dallas. Acosta takes advantage of that, goes around Dos Santos, ties it up 1-1. Again, the Manodua just needs to learn how to put his head up. This can also be a result of Dua having played in the back line at the center back position, because you put him in the center back position. Now mentally he has the thought that if he does that exact move, he's close enough to CJ Dos Santos where this ball's eventually going to go back, or there's some sort of backup, but there's too much space, too many other opponents. Either way, it's a mistake.
I think somebody mentioned it in the chat, but where's Verhoeven on this play? Like, he's a little bit like right in front of him, right next to him, trying to kind of make a run a little bit. Is he? Do you think he's supposed to be in that spot, or should he be a little bit more in the traditional right back spot, back behind him?
I think that we should watch it here. Okay, so you're saying Verhoeven.
This is someone from the chat. I'm not sure who is it. I think it might have been George earlier. But Verhoeven's a little bit right next to him, when maybe if he's in this big open green area, that's the more clear pass for Manu Dua to make, instead of trying to send it all the way back to the center back spot.
It's an unfortunate circumstance, but Manu Dua needs to just put his head up.
Yeah.
Because look at how much green space is between him and Chris McVeigh. Like, he just needs to just put his head up. That's all this play required, Verhoeven or not. Like, if Verhoeven's there, okay, does he then look up and do that? Like, I don't know.
And I think with more experience, he'll learn to use his body. He's the tallest player on that midfield.
Yeah.
Like, you can probably shake off two players with your physicality there. So, again, I think he's 20 years old. It's his first start. There's nerves that go in it. I wouldn't put too much pressure on the kid, especially with a mistake like this. That's bound to happen. Like, we saw Chris McVeigh do a mistake even worse a couple weeks ago, and look at him back. Like, he's still performing at the level that he's been performing. So those mistakes are going to happen.
Yeah, I know Animal Godoy might be coming back soon, just because his time with the Gold Cup is ending. I think they lost in penalties with Panama. But I still would like to see Manu Dua play a little bit more in the midfield, or at least get more minutes, especially with Alvarado, who seems like he's going to be out for a bit longer. And I know we haven't reached that part of the game. Well, that was in Vancouver, right? Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, that was last game.
We didn't talk about that, but
wasn't on there, but
he went down. Vancouver scored while he was down. It was a bit of a tough look. I think Mikey Vadas had a lot of issues with the refs in that game, but was a lot. It was just in that one moment. He was definitely giving the refs the business. But Alvarado missing from this midfield might have proved to be a little bit troublesome. But if Godoy comes back, it might not be that bad.
Yeah, 100%. And Alvarado, huge loss. And again, a very thin San Diego FC depth chart. Even if you sign Milan Iloski, like who else? Like you need to start bringing players. Even if they're going to put Manu Dua a little bit behind in that midfield pecking order, just somebody in there to start making those changes. I would give you Chiva with a big boy. He can block off a player. With that, he would learn how to use it 100%. Dallas then coming back. They tied, then go up later in the game here. A good chance that goes in. Where'd it go? Right here.
I wonder what were your thoughts after this? Were you like, oh man, San Diego really about to lose this one, or did you actually think, no, this is a game where San Diego can tie and maybe win?
Yeah, this is trap game. Like as soon as I'm like, oh, yep, trap game.
I thought they would definitely equalize. Just knowing how they do come back, like that's the kind of comeback I expected. Is like the 55th minute, maybe next 20 minutes you're gonna have Dallas trying to pour it on. They weather the storm, able to score one more, but I definitely didn't expect a 3-2 victory at this point in the game.
I will answer with my goalkeeper hat on, George. Did Del Santos spill too many balls to the middle in this games? Any ball spilled into the middle is too many balls spilled into the middle. But in this one, what is he supposed to do? That by the
Like
book,
he blocked that already. Yeah, like
training, that's what you're supposed to do. You get that's the hard part. To get down there, that's the hard part. Anything after that is ganancia. Anything after that is you're living on borrowed time. Like
boom, clear. Oh, someone else gets to it.
There's nobody there, and there's just virtually no time for Dos Santos to get there. It's a great stop initially, though.
Yeah, and it's one of those where the ball just rebounds to the opposing player. Like that goal happens all the time, and it's an unfortunate one. But I mean, Dos Santos still makes an impressive save, and he almost gets a hand on that second shot as well. So I mean, at this point, you're really thinking. I agree, Abe. I was really thinking as well. This is something San Diego FC can definitely tie, especially the way they've been playing. And then, interesting, so Chuky Lozano comes back as well, which is a big moment for San Diego FC to have Lozano back.
What was the oh yeah for?
Lozano coming back.
Chuky Lozano coming back? Yeah.
Chuky Lozano coming back.
Chuky
Like,
Lozano.
Deploy.
That's how a lot of fans felt.
Lozano.
Action here in the month of June. Finds Iloski. Iloski in front. Chuky Lozano ties the game.
Y le ganó el Pokémon también.
His first meaningful moment is a goal.
Came in a few minutes ago to change the rhythm of this game for Mikey Varas in this San Diego side. Here he is starting to play about 35 yards out.
What a pass to Chuky though. Like
yeah.
What a great pass. What a great ball. What a great play by San Diego FC in general. Like that was quick. This ball is going to travel across 1, 2, 3, in between 2, across 3.
Did that deflect off of a defender there?
Take a look at it.
I think that might have been a shot by Iloski. I'm not.
No,
that's not a
great pass, dude. And that's the thing with Iloski, right? You don't only get goals, but you also get that vision. He can assist us like that as well. So it's honestly nothing but good things for San Diego FC.
What I like about it is that Chuky starts the play, follows it, calls a shot, tap it in right there. That's a great play. Great effort by Chuky Lozano. It was Tony's Chuky Lozano dance.
Gotta do the kiss. He does this, right? Every time.
Kisses his backhand.
Yeah. I think it's like a ring or something. That's what I would imagine.
Oh, cute. He's a gentleman. Chuky's a gentleman. Any case, 2-2. You're like, all right, cool, good match. Dallas tries to come back. They have a shot with a clear header in the 93rd minute that goes over the bar for Dos Santos. Very nearly goes in. Yeah, I got to do better right in front of goal there. But eventually, guess what? You're playing against San Diego FC. And my, oh my, how much does San Diego FC love scoring in the last 10 minutes?
Loffelson now for San Diego. Dreyer in the box, looking for Ángel!
Tomás Ángel, SanDiego.Futbol's goal of the week. Game winner, game, set, match. 3 points, 9 points off from the road. First place, San Diego FC. What more do you want?
That was just such a tough reaction from Dallas too. Could you imagine being Dallas in that game? You're like, that you let them equalize. You feel like you might score, and then finally, it's like, okay, maybe we're just gonna have a tie game. And then, like, I think all of their heads just went down in that after that goal. They're just like, oh,
yeah.
Especially after such a hot game, 9 minutes of stoppage time too. That's just brutal for the boys in Frisco.
You know, when you're rooting for a team like that for a while, you kind of get used to it, and you're like, "Oh man, we thought we had this one," but it's the same old Dallas. Like it's the same thing. Like a lot of teams that happens to. I mean, I saw Chivas at a final when they were up 2-0 and they lost 3-2. So
when they
you
were
get
up
used to
2-0,
it, you get
did
numb.
feel like they were gonna win though.
Yeah, dude, they were up 2-0 at halftime.
Sorry.
Definitely felt like we were gonna win.
Sometimes it doesn't feel like that though. Like sometimes you might be up, like, and you're still just like, I don't know, this defense.
Yeah,
No,
when was that? I'm trying to remember. When was that game?
I remember being at the Mexico game against the U.S. For the Gold Cup final back in 2012, where Mexico was down 2-0 in the first half, and that was the famous Giovanni Dos Santos goal. But then they tie it up, they take the lead. So I mean, when they were down 2-0, a lot of people felt like, man, like we're screwed. And that was like before the U.S. overtook Mexico in talent and being the better team in CONCACAF.
Well, yeah, that was Landon Donovan's fault.
That was Landon Donovan's fault. Pinche racista se lo agarró como pollito.
You didn't get it?
Can you hear that?
Can you hear
Can
that?
the people hear
Did you
that?
What? I didn't hear anything. What was it?
Oh, maybe the people can't hear the music. That
You know
you're
what?
playing.
I'm okay if that's the case.
He's been playing music, like little drops here and there for
Hi, Tony. Nice to hear your voice again.
I can't hear it. So I don't
been
know
a while.
if people can.
Wow.
That's disappointing.
We've been quiet for like so many times while Tony's just dropping these like stupid sound bites.
I just thought my Wi-Fi was acting up, and I was like, like I gotta stand still for
that's
now.
why we get quiet. God. Damn it, Tony.
Can you hear when the commentators are talking about the goal?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear that.
What the hell?
Womp womp.
2011
Anyways,
going to 2012.
what more do you think there is to say about San Diego FC? Like they're playing out of their minds. They're better than they've ever been.
Transfers are coming up. What do they need?
Do they need something? Are they going to add something? Are they going to sell something?
No, they need depth. They need another player. I feel like they need another center back. I mean, you have 3 natural center backs. Like, I mean, where's Andrés Reyes? Like, at this point, you only have 3. I think they need to bring another center back with a little more experience as well. But that would be hard to get them used to the style, right? So, I think the priority has to be Iloski. They have to either keep him on a long-term loan for the rest of the season, or they need to make sure that they just sign him already. I hope they don't make the mistake of being desperate and making him a DP signing, because I don't think Iloski should be a DP signing, at least not yet. And I don't think they're going to go with the DP route. I don't think they're going to go another DP. I think if anything, they get maybe another 1 or 2 players that are just going to strengthen the depth. But I think a center back and potentially maybe another center midfielder could be the answer that they need.
People are saying another DP defender, need a DP10. You already have a DP10. He just plays on the wing for you, and Anders Dreyer's number 10. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be difficult for anybody. A good stat that 619 Soccer put is that there was, I believe, 9 goals since Paddy McNair went down with an injury over in Northern Ireland. So something to keep an eye on for just longevity. But anybody you get is going to be depth at this point, and whether it's not, they're going to be a starting player. Whether it's him getting what is that? Reyes is getting 700K and has played 30 minutes. Who's going to take that?
I was gonna mention that too. I
think
do
in
have
Colombia.
the payroll right here in front of me.
Yeah.
You guys, who would you think is probably? I guess Andrés Reyes was an answer, but who do you think outside of him and outside of the DPs is the highest paid player on SDFC?
I knew this.
Patty McNair.
Patty
I
McNair.
want to say Patty McNair.
What's your guess, Tony?
My guess would have to be loan. Oof.
Oh wait, Marcus and Varston.
I mean, Yepe? No. Because they're on a bargain.
Okay. The answer is not Yepe. He's making 700,000. The answer is Luca de la Torre on.
I was gonna say
loan.
La Torre, but you're not really paying. Well, yeah, you're paying it.
What was
He's
your
on loan, I guess.
Helps.
I guess McNair.
McNair, yeah, McNair also is making 732 is his base, so a little bit more than Sperskov.
Mm-hmm.
But
how much is Invarson making?
Invarson is making 1.74.
So he's the most.
Oh, I'm serious. Yeah, that's more than
yes.
Okay.
1.74
million.
Wow.
Which
what a waste! What a waste of money.
I don't think you could. When
they signed the wrong striker. I'm sorry.
You're expecting him to be the 9. I think it's okay to shell out a lot of money for a striker and take a swing like that, especially when you're expecting him to come from Nordsjælland and be on the thing. He is obviously underperformed. He hasn't played very well in the games he has been in, and he got injured very early on. But what were you gonna say, Chiva?
I think they signed the wrong striker, and I think everyone would agree. The way Iloski's playing out, you would agree that they should have signed Iloski over Invarson.
They didn't know that, but they can do the right thing and just sign him, and that's everybody will be happy with that. Like everybody will be happy.
We messed up. We said we wanted Invarson on loan, not Milan. You guys wanted Invarson back, right?
And Norson says no take backsies, please.
Like we want Milan back. Give him please give him back.
Let's answer the question for the people. How much for the DPs? Dreyer and Chuky Lozano.
Okay. Anders Dreyer is base salary 2.1 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Chuky Lozano 6 million this year.
My man is concerned they own both clubs. They can do what they please. Well, that's the thing that we're starting to figure out, right? Who is the A side?
Is there an A side?
Is there an A side between FC Nordsjælland and SanDiego FC? I guess it'll take years to answer that question for sure.
This is the true test of what this Right to Dream Network Academy, all this stuff means, I think, because Milan, I'm sure FC Nordsjælland would love to have Milan Iloski at the level that he's performing at right now. And SanDiego FC, Mikey Varas also wants Milan Iloski to stay. So questions are going to have to be answered. I mean, Mikey Varas even said, he was like, he's not freaking leaving. Like, what was this quote? He's like,
yeah, I asked him,
leaving.
Hey, are you planning to cap him after July? And he's like, yeah, he's not going anywhere. So
is that just throwing away all your bargaining, are you just telling, is that his message to Tyler Heaps? Like, hey, you better freaking keep this guy here.
What else can Milan Iloski do to raise his value at this point? There's literally nothing.
Like, play for free? I don't know. Like, what? He's completely at another level right now, and they need to sign him. Or at least extend the loan.
It'd be sad if somebody else picks him up in the league. It wouldn't happen. I don't think with Tyler Heaps at the helm making his right moves that would happen.
No, but Cholos may throw something at him.
Dang.
Cholos on Milan Iloski. Oh my god. Milan Iloski on Cholos? Gilberto Mora right there, dude.
You still get to live in San Diego.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
that sounds like life. Shout out Joe Corona.
Probably would make more money.
Dude, a Milan Iloski jersey, the Cholos, and oh, dude, and then you announce it, and he plays half like Chicharito did for Chivas and Man U, half SDFC, half Cholos, scores on both sides. Oh man, this is chaos. Can Iloski have a say on what team he plays for?
Nope.
At this point, with alone, no.
I mean, he can just say
can
what
have
he wants to
opinion.
do, but
He
he
can
doesn't
have
really.
opinion.
Yeah, it's like when football players get traded, like they don't really have a say.
Where they do have a say is the NWSL.
Yeah.
NWSL
They
players
do.
have a say whether they want to leave or not. All right. With that, again, San Diego FC have cemented their spot in first place. First place, ding ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong. First place for San Diego FC. You know what? On the Chrome Maniacs every Thursday.
Ooh.
For the first time
Okay.
ever.
I saw this.
You saw it.
I was disappointed.
You were disappointed. I was disappointed about having to
Me
do that.
too.
But guess what? It warrants being wrong. A response, because again, I wasn't just proven wrong. I was saying Milan Iloski needs to come off the bench. Don't start him. Why are you starting him? Like, just he's been doing fine here. Just ride it out. I was shut up. Like, when I'm proven wrong with 4 goals, that's the only thing that can trigger such a reaction. It's not going to happen every other day. Like, it needs to have a 4-goal performance by a player type situation to trigger such a reaction of me wearing that merchandise, at least temporarily, on a separate podcast from this. Because this is where this SanDiego.Futbol, 2 balls and a mic is where we draw the line on all that nonsense. Tony's going to start saying Chuky needs to come off the bench now. To be fair, I thought they were going to give him less time, but I saw Chuky come on. I'm like, that's a little early for Chuky. I was saying the 75th minute, he was already on there. By the 75th minute, I was like, interesting. And then he scores around the 75th minute. I was like, okay, I was wrong. But that's not a level of like wrong of like 4 goals.
¿Tú qué sabes de fútbol, güey?
Hey, how are those predictions going?
I actually cut the lead against you, so catching up.
Oh, let's pull up the predictions for
up,
the people to see.
Pull them up, please.
Just to hold ourselves accountable.
Please,
and I think we
please.
can transition into the prediction section of
Yeah,
our
prediction section. What
Is,
do we have
is
here?
Chiva pulling them up?
Yeah,
or are
he's-
we? Oh, there he
He's
is.
pulling them up. He's pulling them up. Pull them up the receipts. All right, what do we have here?
Right here we have the predictions, the table.
League step is coming up, by the way, guys. Do you think SFC
Yeah.
gets out of their group? Yes.
Yeah, they do. So Abe and I predicted a win against Vancouver. You predicted a tie, so Abe and I got an extra point there. We all predicted a win against Dallas. Tony predicted a 3-1 win. What was close?
So close.
Abe predicted a 2-0. I predicted a 2-1, which again is also accurate. It's a 1-goal difference. So we all get a point there. Right now, up here, Abe is in the lead with 14, kicking all of our butts.
Okay.
Tony at 8, and I cut the lead by 1 against you, and now I'm at 5. And well, I guess I already typed in my prediction, so you can see it. I think they're going to beat Houston 4-2.
So 4-2, Houston, Texas, another Texas team coming into town. This time,
The Dynamo, not the
Dynamo,
Dash.
not the Dash, the Houston Dynamo.
La Dinamita.
What's happening on July 14th?
I don't know. I saw SDFC posted a clip of something. I think they're dropping like a video on July 14th.
It's more content for you guys. I will say, content for San Diego FC has gotten better. Obviously, now the creators are kind of what?
Ya que no está un vato trabajando.
The content is better for San Diego FC, and I can definitely see a direction and a little bit of creative freedom. Some of our hey, look, people work at this club. Like, there are human beings that work for these major corporations, and it's cool to see them being able to use their creative lens even for a little bit. Because let me tell you, the work that goes into what actually comes out on social media versus what they actually shoot is sad. Like there's so much good stuff that just never gets seen by the public. Whether it's a set of pictures, whether it's a video behind the scenes, like there's just so much that gets captured that's never seen because it needs to go through a certain lens of corporate MLS-ness. But hardworking people out there. So shout out there. All right. SanDiego FC Houston. We have a 3-1 prediction by Naku, 3-0. Another clean sheet. That would be an 8th clean sheet for Dos Santos. He is right now on 7. 2-0, 3-0.
What do you guys think?
I think I'm gonna steal Paul Nathan Naku's middle name. Nathan. I don't know why.
Paul Nathan Naku.
Did I make that up?
I believe you're right. Yeah, right.
I don't know why I know that. Anyways, 3-1. Yeah, I don't think the defense is going to be able to keep a clean sheet, especially with still probably without Patty McNair. If you do get Patty McNair, it might be limited minutes.
Okay.
Which also, I did ask Mikey Varas about Patty McNair, and he said, like, oh, he's going to be progressing a lot better than we expected. It's not as bad as we think. And he hasn't played for like 2.5 weeks. So
they must have thought it was really bad then.
Yeah, which that does say a lot to me because they're like, oh, it's not as bad as we thought, but he's still not going to play for like 3 weeks. Like, oh, right. I don't want to ask him about it again on the injury front. I think Patty McNair and Alvarado are probably the most interesting people on the injury front right now.
Are you
maybe
going?
Willie? What?
Thursday?
Thursday? I think I'll be able to go. Yeah.
I think I'll be going too. Chiva?
Oh, sí, güey. Ahorita.
Oh.
Corriendo.
Okay.
They should do it on Friday.
Playback saying you're creeping up the table. It's all good.
I am.
Still in third. Still firmly in third. I'll say 2-0. 2-0 here. Procrastinating Puma. I agree. 8th clean sheet for Dos Santos. Why not? Nice, clean, surgical victory at Snapdragon. But yeah, like Reyes, who's always almost been close. It's so weird because he was ready to go. He was ready supposedly to go 90 minutes.
Gets a red card.
30 minutes into the game and is gone again forever into the shadow realm. Like that's such an interesting story. Like
I'm telling you, there's more to that than just injury. There's absolutely no way it's all injury. So
yeah. The more that we come away from that moment where I think Chiva questioned a little bit of things about Andrés Reyes, the more I think he's kind of right. Because there's got to be
that was such a wild accusation too.
But I was spot on.
No, it was so early. That was way too early to make that accusation.
Yeah,
if I'm being,
it was a very early.
But looking back, you're being more and more right. So it's hard to even just question you at this point when you make these kind of accusations. But what is?
¿Cómo celebra Iloski?
Like, I don't think we'll ever even know either. Like, that's the issue. Maybe like once he's gone, this might be a Kurt. I don't want to invoke the Corey Herzog.
The Corey Herzog story.
I don't want to evoke that, but we're getting close to that.
Yeah,
especially if he like leaves at the end of the year with like very little fanfare. Like I can very much see at any point this year just one of those little like tiny little Instagram posts like thank you, Andrés Reyes, you know?
Yes.
Just like at any point. I would not be surprised if that happened.
Look, they wanted Andrés Reyes to play this style. He said, I don't like this style. I don't want to play this style. I'm not bought in. No quiero. Wah, wah, wah. Gets the start because he has to. Gets a red card. Mikey's like, damn, hey, man, like, come on. Ooh, back on the injury train. All right, let's try to figure out which team would take the $700K off from us for a player that doesn't want to play this style or doesn't want to just wants to whine and not play the style that we want to play. Like, let's see who wants this. Nobody wants it. So now he stays injured all season.
When a player decides to skip the championship game, you know he has problems.
Facts.
FAX.
Facts. No printer.
But he had such a good game before the championship game, which is the craziest part.
Really great.
He was like,
hey, you never know. You never know. Maybe his girl broke up with him and he's heartbroken or something. Like he has personal stuff going on. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's what we tell people at work, Tony. Hey, you know, I hope everything's okay. We all got personal stuff going on. At the end of the day, this is just professional soccer. So suck it up, Buttercup. Get in the field.
I don't feel that way, but because personal stuff is personal stuff. You know, like if he's dealing with something, I do think he deserves the respect and ability to say, hey man, do your thing. Especially because SDFC's been generally fine on the center back position without him too.
I would applaud SanDiego.FC if that was the case, and it's a personal thing, and they put out something, hey, like he's on some PTO type of thing, and like it's personal family things or whatever it is, instead of just placing him on the injury list.
I'm trying to find.
What are you trying to find?
Like what the contract was for.
I think base salary $732K, guaranteed compensation is $807,000, counting as signing.
I mean, he's a big part of the payroll. Like for sure, he's taking up space. At this point, that Tyler Heaps can definitely use, but oh yeah, okay.
They're saving a lot of money too on a lot of their starters that are here. Like especially with their young players, like Alvarado's making league minimum. Luca Bombino, Verhoeven, they're all making league minimum. So on that front, I think they're able to also save a lot of money too. So TAM wise, I think they're fine right now, and can probably should add, in my opinion, probably in midfield. But where do you even at? Like Anibal Godoy is going to be coming back. It's hard to expect. And then Luca Del Torre has been playing for the U.S. men's national team. Are you just going to expect him to like plug and play immediately and back in this midfield? Like I don't know.
I think this is what Chiva's been alluding to, if he's really hurt or not.
He's not hurt. It's just what it is. I mean, there's no way he plays 30 minutes, gets a red, and he's hurt again for most of the season. Like it's as what are the kids called? The math's not mathing here.
Now that Chiva, the only allowed assignment for STFC is lower body injury. Yeah. That's the name of the game, lower body injury.
They never even say which leg either. It's just like
lower body injury. Hey, I saw that Chuky was holding his left hamstring. Like, what's that? It's a lower body injury. No. I know.
Well, which particular?
You grabbed the same
in the
hamstring.
lower. Yeah, but it's the same one. But like, is there any? It's a lower body injury. Like, yes, it's located in the lower part of the body, correct? But like on his left hamstring. How dare you? How dare you speak about this? The entire lower body is missing. It was amputated with a just disgusting tackle. He'll be it's like in again early FIFA when the sideline commentator, like there's an absolute brutal tackle that the guy has to be carted off. He's like, oh yeah, he'll be back up. Just a little bit of a tingle in his left ankle or something. Cheers, Jeff. Like, all right, just carry on. Reyes, the TAM player, and his contract is through 2026. So one more year. Reyes only has time to take pictures with artists that he comes to do concerts here. Yeah.
Did he take a picture of Shakira? Or was that someone else?
No, I think it was J Balvin.
She was here this weekend.
She was here.
That
She was in La Jolla.
That's a big deal. I've been saying Shakira. Are they going to mess up the field? What's the field going to look like now?
That we are on.
Are the hips messing
Watch.
Up Snapdragon Field?
Yeah, that's
hips don't lie.
Shakira specific stadium. This last weekend, Reyes signed to 2026 with a 27 club option. No, cut him. Why? And here's where this is might come through though. SanDiego FC is peaking right now for sure, but are they peaking at the right time? Is this the best that we've seen them? Can they get even better? Will and Andrés Reyes come in October and just be that player that everybody just completely forgets about? And it's like
secret weapon.
Boom, secret weapon. Andrés Reyes, go.
Card out of nowhere. Boom.
Mm-mm. You've activated my trap card. Andrés Reyes.
No, Andrés Reyes is a lost cause, man.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, we talked to people that support New York Red Bulls, Tony, before the season started, and they told us, take Reyes. Like, good luck with them.
Yeah, they did.
All the warning signs were there, and I think SanDiego FC chose to ignore those. I think Reyes at the time, before all this, was definitely valued higher. And the fact that they got him at that deal, they probably thought, oh, we're getting a great deal. Like, this is still a great talent. Like, SDFC is not perfect. They made some mistakes on player signings. Like, Invarson hasn't been the player that they thought. Tomás Ángel is maybe finally kind of coming out of the show and getting the important goals that they kind of wanted. Reyes was a big bust. Franco Negri was a big bust. So a lot of that happening.
A lot of it happening at all times, everywhere. SanDiego FC, a lot to talk about, but we'll have a lot more for that. Great stuff here in the chat. Check it out. SanDiego.Futbol, the hub for soccer in San Diego. McVay has definitely stepped up into that role. Need bodies in the league for Leagues Cup for sure.
So how serious should SanDiego FC take the Leagues Cup? Do they prioritize MLS or do they prioritize Leagues Cup? Because I mean, if you're telling me this was going to be the SanDiego FC team that everyone thought was going to be a mid-table team or a out-of-playoff team, and maybe take Leagues Cup a little more seriously to try to push for that, but now they're turning out to be one of the best teams in MLS, do you prioritize that? Do you save players? Do you kind of just put Manu Dua and company in the Leagues Cup, or what do you do there?
I think they're going to try in the group stage, and then after that, it's not going to be as serious, because the group stage, everyone kind of has that break from MLS play, if I'm not mistaken. But then once you get out of the group stage, it's like, okay, now you're also playing the MLS season, and at that point, I think that's when they might say, hey, let's maybe let Chuky not have to start this game, stuff like that. So I don't think they're going to take Leagues Cup as super important, but at the same time, they also could very easily put all their focus on Leagues Cup, just because this is an expansion season. They're going to be trying to win every single game. I don't think we've ever seen them put forth like a truly like dud of a performance where they're just like, oh yeah, we don't really care. Like outside of like, I think that Austin game, they've put forth a strong effort every time.
Even if everything, yes, go for it.
No, go. You got it.
Even if everything goes wrong for SanDiego FC at this point from here on out, like, how far is down? If they make playoffs, and they're the last team to make playoffs as of right now, they had a successful season. That's a successful season for SanDiego FC as an expansion team. So
they exceed expectations making playoffs.
They exceed, exactly. So
how many points do they have right now?
They
39.
Yeah.
39. Okay, the last team to make playoffs last year was 47 points. So they're already only 8 points away, technically, from making playoffs again, potentially.
Honestly, I think that's how down things at the end of the month. If there's most of available points in a regular season, I say go for it. I say have fun out there. Put a America-friendly lineup.
How special do they make the Pachuca game?
They'll bring El Ojitos Mesa back.
Like, do they do a like some sort of thing at the beginning to celebrate Chuky Lozano? I feel like it's a special match, especially for Chuky Lozano. I think it's the first time he would ever face it against Pachuca.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I feel like it'd be cool if they do something special.
Chuky Lozano on a pole match. Like it.
Ojitos Mesa with the chrome ball.
Oh.
Ya no puede el señor.
Se le cae y se rompe. No.
Real swinging for la neta, SDFC can win it all home.
I agree.
Dang. Bold takes by Chiva. Very positive.
Dude, are you not watching really the same team play?
I've never seen what they look like on an official Leagues Cup match, so I will reserve judgment until further data comes in. As far as MLS, no, 100%. They're world beaters. They're ass kickers for sure.
No, I meant MLS, like Leagues Cup. I mean, I think there's teams that can compete against, like Tigres can compete against them, and I think there's other teams that can beat SanDiego FC, but that's just my Mexican bias. Still trying to root for them to be better than MLS. So.
He was talking about the MLS Cup.
Me too. There you go.
Yeah. Pues
Yeah,
la
I think they can win it all.
güey, la neta del planeta, güey. O sea,
What do you, if you had to choose Supporter Shield, MLS Cup,
MLS Cup.
or Leagues Cup? How about that?
MLS Cup.
MLS Cup.
over all of this?
I always.
However,
Still gets you into
however,
the Cup, though.
if you ask Casey Stoney, Supporter Shield.
Danny Casey Stoney would tell you Supporter Shield.
Because that's the championship of the nation in a way.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Like if you ask any fan of a Mexican soccer team, like, oh, do you prefer to finish first in the
Liga.
league, or do you want to win the whole liguilla and everything? Like, you want to win it all, and that's just the way this league is set up. Like,
Yeah,
you have to make playoffs. You have to win playoffs and win the MLS Cup. That's the actual champion. Don't get me wrong. I think the Supporter Shield still shows that you're one of the best teams and in the league, but at the end of the day, that's just not how it operates in America. And that includes Mexico as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
America, man.
It is weird because I do feel like in the NWSL, the Supporter Shield is much more valued than the Supporter Shield in the MLS. Like it's kind of a weird dichotomy because they're both American teams. They both have playoffs, but for some reason, I guess MLS is just like, hey, we want our damn playoffs. All right, we're gonna find out at the end of the year there can be 34 games, but we do not care what the record is.
Same thing with Mexico, though. It's money.
It is in Mexico too, but it's a weird.
It's more money, man. Like that's what it is.
More money for the owners. Like more is that like
more money for the teams, ticket sales,
more money for the teams,
everything.
But, like I think it's weird because like as a fan, like would you rather see your team win as many like over time of across the 34 weeks? It's not gonna be 34 weeks. It's more or less however long of the year. You're seeing your team win more often if your team's winning the Supporters Shield. Whereas if they take a run in the playoffs, it's like, well, that was a good month, a good month and a half of watching soccer, and they barely made it into the playoffs. But I still believe I do agree with you guys. I'm kind of devil's advocating here. MLS Cup probably better than a Supporters Shield, but it's weird how our American minds have kind of always want these damn playoffs.
I agree. Supporter Shield. I mean, it's the fancy plate at this point. Championship or bust, but SanDiego FC can do both, man. I don't know. Like
they are playing at a level, yeah.
They are.
SDFC can lose the rest of the games this season and finish like 10th or 11th, and you cannot sit here and say that was a horrible season. Like they still had a good run. I don't think anything they do, anyone can justify saying like, damn, like this team sucked. At the end of the day, it would be a part of a failed season just because of the momentum and where you were at one point. You dropped out of playoffs, and that's a failure. But overall, for an expansion team, you look at that and you're like, oh, wow, like didn't expect that.
I love it. SanDiego FC return here to Snapdragon Stadium this weekend against Houston Dynamo at 7 p.m. this Saturday. Be there, be squared.
I don't think Chiva's going to be there, right?
I'll be there.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not going to be there. Sorry.
It's fine.
I will be there.
I love it.
You don't have to apologize, Abe.
Never.
Yeah, I'm not sorry.
If they lose 14 games in a row after being first, I think you could say it's absolutely.
Yeah, that would be insane if they lose 14 games in a row. Have like absolutely horrible.
I kind of want to see that because then I'm going to be a post-match press conference with Mikey Vadas. I'm like, all right, Mike, it's been 13 in a row.
Yeah, we would definitely try
yelling at you after they play in Houston, and then you get
just disappears,
and then he disappears.
Goes back to Chile for a bit, sees some family, and terrible circumstances. That terrible. Why did I don't know? Because that's what happened with Casey Stoney. Like that's that. I'm sorry, that's the reality. It's season's greetings. 2 balls and a mic. SanDiego.Futbol. With that concludes our discussions on SanDiego FC.